Bless,
Yeah,
bless,
yeah.
bless. It's the Down to Earth podcast, Down to Earth Network. Late night, Friday night. We got a special for you. Yo, bless up to all you. Please, support the channel, subscribe. We're gonna have a real deep, down to earth conversation. We're gonna give you some of the news, but we're gonna talk about some, some real social issues. What's going on also? I want to introduce, once again, family. We got the impenetrable, the one impenetrable. What you saying, brother? And we
I'm
got
out here, man. You already done all the Rexdale Rasta. You already out here. I speak out. You already can see it. So,
yeah,
yep,
man.
there.
And Rastafari Samurai is in the background. Let me make this big, more big right now. Hold on.
Don't know, man. Don't know. Don't know. I'm just out on the road, you know. Still representing.
Sound like you just out roll up out that bed, star.
Smoking.
But yo, man, a lot's been going on. A lot's been going on these past even year or whatever. Like this whole build up of a lot of stuff on, especially in our eyes on social media, because that's where we're getting a lot of our news nowadays, more than even cable. Or it's the same thing, technology elevated to another way, but it shows us the world, politics, art, and just all types of things. It could be negative, it could be positive, it could be educational, but let's be straight up now. What a lot of people are talking about, what's affecting people is politics with your money, how you live, the government trying to play mommy and daddy, but recently we know what's been going on with like Trump and all types of politics and world issues. It's not surprise to like us, like Impenetrable and Rastafari Samurai and Sean Myrie. We were like the individuals for years. People would like stereotype us as like, you know, conspiracy theorists or crazy, or you smoke too much weed. So, oh, we can't. You're talking bullshit. But now weed is legalized, and now everybody on Instagram knows all of a sudden is against the system, and now it's like we don't have to say it. I told you so. We don't have
No,
to
we
say
could
we
just say
told you
everybody
so,
else is crazy.
right? They don't want to admit it. They feel shame. Like we told you so. It's now they're coming back to us now. People are coming back to, oh, maybe those guys were onto something
That's it. Everybody else is crazy now.
now. I'm just saying, that was the introduction, because that's what, when you were spitting not like, knowledge, what they say, spitting knowledge, or you're trying to, you know, you're more different. You're more different. There's people will like, you're the outcast. We don't mind that shit still about being
I
an
love Outcast.
outcast and stuff, because
One of
I
my
don't
favorite groups.
care how I am different from somebody else in regards to talking about anything out here because at the end of the day, we're all uniquely different in our own way about living out here on the earth.
yeah,
So if somebody doesn't like it, what it is, bro, as like I say to everybody else, like, you don't have to live with me. And I know you don't live with me anyhow. So you don't have to tune in.
Yo, look here, man. The greatest things of life is consciousness and having decision of having your own mind. Okay? If we're all one collective, it'll be disaster.
but what it is now, what's popular is a cult system. So if you don't go by the whatever quote unquote way how people are doing things, or if you don't follow a certain crowd, if you which is foolishness to us, right? You are not
You
taken
mean with the rat
you're not
race?
taken seriously, but you are taken seriously. You're not
You mean
taken
with the rat?
seriously in their in public, in their whatever world, but they really undercoverly they do take you serious, because you see through
Well,
Rat
the
clothes
thing
race.
is that
clothes
publicly they don't really want to try to like acknowledge too much of what I'm saying. There are the few people that are out there that will and are actually sharing the content of what I'm spitting. But a lot of times where I feel honestly, brother, the reason why a lot of people are not really even like, it could be a hate, it could be a dislike. But for me, what I'm analyzing and seeing is that when it comes to a person of color speaking up about a lot of these things out here, it almost feels redundant because how many years now have we been speaking up about a lot of these things? before even the pandemic and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you didn't really have people like gravitating because they're all like, well, I've already heard some of this stuff from Louis Farrakhan. I've already heard some of this stuff then from Malcolm X. I've already heard a lot of this stuff from whoever. So it's almost literally redundant in a way to actually like in our communities, I would say, where it gets spread.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
if we don't keep on spreading it, they don't get reminded, then the next generation is lost completely. How about that?
I agree.
Because
You know
you
what I
see,
mean?
like that's why with the media, they use all these stories to kind of like distract us. I'll be honest, because we do the media too. We talk about whatever stories, what's out there, but they do use things to distract people from like what we're talking about. Like you get what I mean? People like us, they don't want speaking out, right? So the algorithm, they control the algorithm, they control the technology. Now they would say, "Oh, why like the views? You know how people go by views, right? They'll be dictating how much views you get, but it's what you're saying. If we're talking against a lot of things, they're gonna suppress that. You get what I mean? It's not gonna be something what is gonna get the algorithm like the usual talking about the celebrity. You talk about the celebrity, you get the celebrity algorithm. Now, if I'm talking about, for example, Donald Trump or Donald Trump, they're gonna suppress that shit. You know what? I'm gonna give you something, and I think you are
You
interested in
call him
this.
Donald Trump.
Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
Donald Trump. Yeah,
I actually like that one because I was calling him Donald Duck, or you know what I mean,
no,
Donald
and
Trump. You know
Donald
who came
Trump
up
is
with
the
that one?
best
My
one.
pops.
or
My pops.
Waste Trump,
My pops
or I was
came up
gonna
with
call
that.
him Waste Trump. It was one of those two names I was coming up with, but Donald Trump sounds like a better one, literally.
We're gonna make a T-shirt like that. But
Donald
it's
Trump.
called Donald Trump, right? A lot of people are mad at. They're using the emotions at, but it's like I'll get into that probably a little bit later. I was gonna
Actually, I'll tell you. Let me get into it and get
please.
right at it right now because yes, I'm the one who's been calling out in regards to like Donald Trump and his lying ass with the what is it, Robert F. Kennedy? Yeah, about how
Oh, you
they're
pulling
gonna
out the
be
files?
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not even just about that, but they said like during their whole entire campaign before this entire election that they're gonna start getting at everybody in regards to the pandemic of COVID, but then yet still you allow a $500 billion investment in regards to an mRNA vaccine that's supposed to now come out and try to like detect cancer in people. What, from the same COVID vaccine shots that people were getting and are now getting cancer from? I wonder. And instead of like telling people now straight up, how about you guys eat real food, have a healthy lifestyle, active lifestyle, and that will definitely defeat cancer? No, we're still going through the same goddamn bullshit that went through COVID. But all of these people that are literally Trump fans, brother, and I'm going to tell you straight up, have been trying to get at me this entire time about, just give him a second. He's only been in office like what, 3 or 4 days? And I'm like, why should I give him that when we're hearing about all this bullshit within 2 days?
Hmm.
And then on top of it, right now, as I said in my story post on Instagram, if I really want to get the answers of the truth, I want to hear it from the source. I don't want to hear it from your supporters, bruh.
And another thing I want to say too, I'm gonna be straight up because this is probably gonna be very deep because how we said that name. Now, if he's so called with this freedom of speech, he's trying to bring back. He says, and he's with Elon Musk, right? What we're saying now, I don't think they own this platform, but I would think that when we're saying something just as what you mentioned, that you ain't punishing people just for saying what we're saying. You get what I
Nope.
mean? Like, I would think he's promoting that this freedom of speech shit, right?
Exactly.
And on what's his name? Elon Musk's Twitter, you could say do anything on that shit, even almost the M word, right? You could do anything on that shit.
Yeah.
So when people are talking about the COVID, I'm gonna say it, the COVID, they would flag the shit we're talking
Yeah.
about. The flag. Oh, but it's something what really happened. Is it a bad word?
Thank you.
People are saying the N word all the time. You get what I mean? Killing this and killing that N word. So now it's a problem because we're saying a medical word.
Because it's going against the grain of what's going to be the biggest billionaire investment in regards to profit sales right now in this world, which is pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's so profitable right now is because we, the people, did not value the natural resources that's been given to us for free from the Most High.
Right.
In no way, shape, or form are we valuing anything that is of natural resources. The few are, yeah, but majority of us, hell no.
And part of this now, like, I hate to keep talking about Trump, but he's doing a lot of stuff now. Like, he's like a continuation, like
Like,
this with the
don't get me wrong. There are some things that Donald Trump is actually doing nicely about
yeah,
that needs to get, like, rectified,
yeah,
right? But as I tell people all the time, when it comes now to like all of these like politicians, you ever notice how they love to like put publicity on the tokenism, and that's what I call it right now, the tokenism to having people now saying like, look what they're doing, we can be calm, we don't have to like have a revolution against like this government. And then behind or not on the camera spotlight is more of the bullshit that they're doing, where later on again we're going to be having more questions than answers.
yeah, yeah,
And again, now I'll bring my point to it. All right, Donald Trump now signed the executive orders to having now the JFK files and the Martin Luther King files to being exposed.
yeah,
All right, why hasn't it been exposed from the other presidents before,
yeah,
especially Dr. Martin Luther King? How come that file never got executive signed order during Obama,
yeah, right,
where it would have been more effective?
yeah. And you hear Biden how he's pardoning Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah, look how long now you're taking that one now to actually like get bypassed.
Why all of a sudden all these civil, these
Why have all of a sudden all of the like colored civil leaders
mm,
from history, not even the ones currently right now,
yeah,
but from history, because you already know that if you let out the ones that are currently doing it right now, you gonna get a fight.
yeah, yeah, facts,
You're letting out the ones that are from history now because people are more dormant to that. They're not going to react in a revolutionary way because look how long now it's taking you guys to actually tell us the truth. You're hiding it.
hmm. And you
That's
notice,
basically that's all that is doing in regards to the executive orders, is showing people that literally the government is withholding truthful information about what's really going on out here.
yes.
So they allow people to put out whatever type of garbage of information while you're holding on to the truth. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. What
So
kind
they're
of
just
government are
admitting
you?
it. They're just admitting that's what they do. Why are these files now being open? That means that's something what they do. They've been doing. They still do.
They're still doing it, bro.
He's just promoting.
So think about it right now. Think about it right now, again, right now, Sean. If you're willing to now sign the executive orders for those type of files to let the public know, what other files are you guys not letting us know about?
A lot. A lot of files they ain't trying to make us know about. I know that.
So when people come to me talking about, oh, let's da da da, I'm just like, bruh, you know what? Save your talk for somebody that's well new to all of this. I ain't new.
Yo, man, the man's doing a lot of stuff. It's good to know, like what I'm saying, like with even politics. And a lot of
Yeah,
people say they're not into politics, but I understand a little, not the most, but I understand a good amount of the politics, right?
yeah,
So when people are talking about Trump or they're talking about like even the ones here, you have to know, even if you don't like them, you have to know what they're gonna, what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like,
What you're trying to understand is well, for me, I try to understand their continuous patterns of how they operate.
yeah. So Trump,
I don't.
I know
Yeah,
Trump as a businessman and an actor before all of this politics. So when all these people
exactly.
are taking him serious, like taking it in a motion way, I'm not surprised because he's an actor from and a businessman from before all of this. Remember, he was a real estate. He's a real estate person, whatever stock person, and then an actor all way before this whole president shit. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So when you want to see him before this whole president shit, it's like a script. It's a whole script made for him from a long time ago to do all of this
yeah,
shit. It's to make us people turn crazy, right? No, think of it. You know what? What's fucked up? He's Hollywood, right? Think of it. The last Hollywood president was Reagan, right?
yeah.
They're actually, as much as we think it's traditionally politicians, they put an actor or whatever, a guy who's groomed back into the White House. And when you put this
Of
actor in,
course.
when you put an actor in it, they're going by these Hollywood movies, right? Like what we just
Yeah,
watched. Yo, man, people could call me crazy or anything. You see all these LA fires now.
yeah,
What's been going on, right?
yeah.
I watched a couple shows. I haven't watched no type of really show movies in a while. Like 2 years. Sit down, watch some movies based on LA. The same shit. What's going on? They've been making a lot of movies on this whole fire type of thing in LA for years.
For years before, yeah, you're right.
And it's always, and when I watch them, it's so similar to what's going on, what's happening now and shit. And even how the state of the world is. And these are like 10, 15, 20 years, if not even older. You know what I mean? Like things that
Yeah,
like have been around. So with Trump now, I remember Trump. You remember he wanted to be a president. His wish was to be a president one day, and people thought he was a that'll never happen for him. There's a time people were thinking that's a fantasy for Trump.
well, it would have been because at that time they weren't really allowing like too many of like maybe a celebrity or business minded person being in certain positions. It wasn't until literally when a non American or a landed American citizen
Hmm.
named Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yes,
got to be governor of California
yes,
is when you started to see a lot of the fucking game shit being played out,
yeah. And I believe
right?
that's where he saw what he saw. He saw, wait a minute, Arnold Schwarzenegger, governor. Okay, remember
How is it this guy that's not even born in America and has only just been an actor literally his entire life being out here in the United States
a governor?
gets to become now governor?
That's what he looked at and said, Trump. Trump thinking, yo, no, he knows, yo, that's what I want to like that. That's what I want. But what I'm saying
That's
though,
just my perspective. I don't really follow the American politics too much. All I just know is their theatrics and call out the bullshit throughout it,
yeah. But
right?
what I'm saying, he's a like what we say a puppet. He's just like a model or like a showman for what's going on. It's just
He's
his time.
literally,
He's put there.
yeah,
He's put there. What I'm basically saying, it's
he's
just
put in front. So you remember how we used to watch like the Muppet Show?
yeah,
And the creator of the Muppet Show is like, what was his name? John Henderson or something, or Jim Henderson.
yeah.
Rest his soul, because he's passed away now. Like literally, that's what we're getting
Yes, that's what you're getting. They want that.
is a
This was
puppet
meant.
show.
And people might call me crazy. This was in the making over 40 years from when he was a when remember if you ever watch a documentary on Trump, his father was a big real estate or type of man, and a lot of
Yeah,
those people from World War II or all these filthy rich people around the world, it's like they owe him or like they look. He got respect. So then he inherit all that stuff, and in the 70s or in the 70s when like New York, I think was it Manhattan was really run down. He was the one who took the pops money or whatever and built it up. Manhattan. Basically, Manhattan is success. A big part of it is Trump.
yes, it is actually.
From way before all of what we're talking
For
about
a lot of
now.
like anybody even knew about like Trump Towers, anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's true. Yeah,
he has play in there. He was meant to be. He's one of the, you know, when the prodigy, like he's not gonna be the president yet, but one day you're gonna be the president, son.
he's being groomed. Yeah, like the
One
next.
day you're gonna
Yeah,
be the president, son. And he knew it would happen. And meanwhile, we're looking at him. Oh fuck, this guy. Well, he doesn't deserve to be the president. But they planned the shit, even from the Bush.
there's a
Remember
lot of
Bush?
people that are not supposed to be president
Bush.
out here, bro. Everything's been planned. It's even worse out here in Canada, as you already know, with a lot of
Yes.
this shit going on.
Yeah.
Because as you can see right now with the Canadian shit, now they allowed or made everybody know about who the nominees are to becoming now the next liberal leader. And you know what the funny thing is, what I saw about it is that each one of these seven candidates had to drop in $50,000 just to be in the race.
So they're paying. Yeah, you have to pay it to be in it.
You pay it, non-refundable, $50,000. Now with seven people, let's put that all together. That's
Yeah,
$300,000 right there.
hmm
How many damn Canadians need help in these current economic times right now? But we're putting to get these people are putting up $300,000 for a soon federal election. We now got a premier, Doug Ford, who already has a majority vote control out here in Ontario,
hmm
and he's now wanting to try to call up for an election.
Yeah, because he wants that four. He wants those 4 years straight. That's why he's giving out money.
Yeah, like it's just pure bullshit, bro.
Yo, the big picture? What I see, you see when you hear Trump keep talking about the 51 state, right?
Yeah, they're pushing that big time. Yeah,
No, but it's not the pushing Trump. Is like talking about stuff he's not supposed to talk about, right? Because if you know about the New World Order, he's jokingly saying we're all together no matter what, right? No
of
matter what,
course. If
we're all
people are not
together.
really paying attention, like
That's why he's saying the 51 say he's not supposed to say that shit, but he's saying that boldly, right? Because
because he has no fear about like
yes,
saying the shit people really want to be saying, but he's just doing it.
okay,
That's the thing about it with Trump.
the year 2000. I don't know if you remember. I remember my brethren. He was on a computer and he was into like looking up news and shit. They were gonna have was it the trans something highway or something. I forgot the name
Okay.
of it, from Canada to America. You didn't have to stop at the border. You just drive through like a normal, like highway, like how we're
Like a
driving
super
anywhere.
highway, yeah.
You don't have to. They'll probably have something on the card knowing you're coming from Canada, but there's no one stopping you unless you
Yeah.
just keep going. They were gonna do that before this 2000, like right when
They
2000.
do somewhat have a program like that where people have paid where you get to go across the border back and forth without being stopped at the border patrol. There is a program like that.
But they were gonna make it more free, like everywhere,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's free up. So that was the beginning of. If that happened, that was the beginning of some like, you don't know what would something more. So
Well,
he
what it
wants.
is for me, I'm looking at is that they're really trying to push to have the entire digital currency being one.
Yeah.
Now, the way how they're getting that all done is that remember now, back in the couple of years before everything right now, remember that's what they wanted to do with the euro,
Mm.
with the euro dollar, where they combined it literally all of those European countries to having now the same currency. But England is one of the
Yeah.
countries that didn't join in.
Yeah. I
All right.
remember.
Now, when you're looking at it, think about it right now out here in North America. As you showed me, Sean, the man is now moving army and troops into Mexico.
Yes.
You're now trying to call out Canada to being the 51st state.
Yes.
What do you think you guys are trying to do right now, bro?
And yeah, because what he's doing, see, a lot of people,
They're
like I
trying to
said,
bring in a digital currency, which is going to be called the Amero.
yes, and a lot of people are getting distracted. What he wants, he has only 4 years, so 4 years of friggin' like mayhem. He wants to go take everything what he could do to change history. So you see, like Mexico, he labeled all the cartels a terrorist group now, under the terrorist thing, and he said Mexico's
After
not.
doing business with them for so long.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
says Mexico's not gonna like this. You know what that means? Like people may think it's crazy, but this is what he's gonna do. If he, if okay, just say they make any bus they make what they associated with Mexico, they're gonna put pressure on the Mexican government even more. And if they're gonna give them like 1, 2 warnings, like it's the UN. And if they don't apprehend them, America comes in,
And that's what's going on,
and
yeah.
they're gonna
But
push
America's
the
always
border.
been in other people's goddamn house
But
and
now they're
business
gonna show
more.
you it though. But he's the
Yeah,
difference is he's gonna it's not the covert like back in the 70s. They're gonna show you. They're gonna you see how they have the borderline that wall.
yeah.
They're gonna push that. I believe they're gonna push that more into Mexico and cut it off like Cuba. I was telling my pops like have a peace. Push
Hmm.
all those migrants back if they don't because they're gonna say the cartels. The cartels are terrorists like in Iraq now.
But that's what they want to do. They want to put the blame on the outside of who the responsibility really is on, and that's really on America. Like that's the whole reason of their whole entire talks. Like think about it. You guys just even posted the other day about the big cocaine bust that
Yeah.
happened out here in Toronto.
Yep.
Now think about it right now. That cocaine bus was transported on truck
Mhm.
from Mexico
Yeah.
throughout all of these states,
Drove through all the states.
and the
Perfect.
bus only happened when it got into Canadian borders.
Yeah, so they let that come out. You're right. That's true. When it comes to Canadian borders, it goes all
So
through America. It comes all the way up
so
here.
who's really having the problem with tariffs when even your own goddamn security border patrol ain't fucking doing their damn job either?
It's like they let it go.
They
If
let
they
it
know,
pass because they're in on it,
they're
bro.
in on it. Yes. If they know, just say they know. You tell me they don't know. So you tell me
You're
they
gonna tell
they
me
know
how you don't know that 92 million worth of dollars of cocaine and ecstasy is not traveling through, bro?
all the way to up here.
All through how many states to get up into Ontario, Toronto, Canada?
From Mexico
From
to Toronto.
Mexico.
You tell me they kept doing that? Like, come on, man. They let that go. They let that go to come up here.
You have to be in on something like that. Come on now. There's somebody up at the top that knows about what's going on and made sure, like, all right, let's try, just make it go through because I'm getting my cut out of this.
Yeah. But yo, one of the I think the big picture. You see how LA's burning with the fires? I believe
Yeah.
it's not. I believe this thing is not stopping. So far, it's still going. After so long, I'm hearing it's
It's
still going
somewhat
on.
still going, but watch how LA is now going to be coming like a smart city
Yeah,
after all
that's
of
what they're
this
gonna
shit,
do.
yo.
That's what I was saying. That's one thing I was saying. This is a way to re what it's called reset.
Reconstruction and rebuild up, yeah, to what their image of what they wanted.
Like
Because now, when you have an area that's decimated by fire, it's either two ways that you can actually like depreciate the value of the land.
mhm,
Have a group of people that don't appreciate it and are not actually trying to uplift the area
yeah,
of the land, or through fire. Because then now you're getting the land at a low ass price
yeah,
and then can resell it out there, whatever mortgage, whatever whatnot, to everybody out there at a high price now because the state of California, regardless,
yes,
is a high price real estate area.
yeah. I'm wondering how much has it damaged down there because it's more than usual. You're getting like this is like
It's a severe amount, bro.
historic. This is like
Yeah,
historic.
this one's one of the most historic ones because I literally even have like boys out there, as you guys know, with like my next clothing brand that I'm teamed up with, Get the Dough, with my boys out there in California and San Bernardino. And some of them had to like evacuate out from where they live, bro.
What?
Literally, it's that bad, dude.
Shit,
Yeah.
that means because I heard some stories about how these fires were like just rolling fire, like kept like rolling
It
fires,
just
as I'm
kept
sure.
on going through.
Just
Like,
kept
yeah,
on going like like if it was on a hill, it's just coming down like a fireball and like all
coming
type of
down
shit.
like if it was actually like, volcano rolling through with like at that type of speed through some
Imagine,
parts.
and
Yeah.
remember, LA's a world-class city, so this is historic. It's not like those. It's a
Yeah.
main city. That's what makes
What's
it.
surprising is that it hasn't really started out in BC up here in Canada, where we are known to having those ones out here too as well.
But usually, okay, see in this situation, usually we know in Cali it's the outskirts where we hear about these fires. But
Yeah,
because it's going in the city, it's making a
yeah, it
big
went into the
impact.
city more so. Yeah,
Going to the rich,
which
wealthy areas, especially with mansions
now
where
would
like,
I ask you this question? Do you think that it also went through the city in regards to covering up some stuff that a lot of people are trying to say in regards to this fires?
yeah, 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 that too. Because besides the okay, the natural disaster,
The
saying
natural way of how fires have always historically been throughout
been,
LA. How come
yes,
all of a sudden now it's ravaged through high areas of celebrities'
yeah,
neighborhoods?
yeah. But then could it be actually added like with the natural fires, people just started more fires, certain people
You know what I mean? To do what?
to
What,
just
insurance claims,
it's
cover up
just
burnout evidence so that nobody can find out about some stuff? Like, there's a lot of reasons why a lot of people would do it.
and remember like it's just the times chaos. Like meanwhile, it could be a natural thing, right? Other
Yeah.
people will add to it being like the unnatural part. Like they'll add to it like crazy. This the times
Yeah, of course. Like, some people
chaos.
are definitely wanting to add to it. Some people are going to, like, say that this is now the biblical times of, like,
Yes,
Babylon have gone down and joined into it to
yes,
making it even
correct.
more bigger and all these things. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we already know that there's people out there like that. Yes.
Especially down there now, it's probably you can imagine it's like a purge type of atmosphere, nighttime, all that.
Exactly.
Like
That's how they're taking it. Like, some of them are looking at it as like, yeah, spiritual what is it, purge.
yeah,
Other people, whatever it is, like, get rid of all of these damn, like, maybe whatever pedophiles out of the area or
yeah,
whatever, like bad omens that's been around LA all this time. Like, it's being burnt out. Like, there's a lot of reasons and a lot of like skepticism about like what this is, how this all started and why it's there for.
you
But
notice you notice you don't hear Trump talking about these fires
they just did.
recently. Recently,
Just now, no, like him and the first lady were just out there as they made another publicity,
yeah,
campaign in regards to him showing that he's actually caring about like what's going on in America. So these are the things that I try to show people. Like, yes, I'm seeing how this guy is showing some points
mm,
and making a public stunt about some of the things that we wanted to see getting resolved out here, and not just in America, but worldwide. But now, too, again, my question is going to be, what is happening on the light on the areas that are not getting the light or the sunshine? What
yeah,
are you and your partners behind the scenes doing that is not being talked about because you're trying to get all the media attention on what you're doing over here? Because you know how many other countries have started up wars ever since this man got into presidency right now?
and he don't care about that. He don't
But
give a
the
damn
media
about that.
ain't doing no coverage on that though.
No, no, because they control the media.
Okay.
They control the media and what they want.
Wars are starting out in Congo. Next wars are starting
No
out
one
in
don't care.
Syria. There's a
Doesn't
whole
care.
bunch of shit ever since this guy came into power right now.
He doesn't care. That's what he
But
wants.
the media and him, they don't care.
No, because he has plans with Elon Musk. The reason Elon Musk is in the government, right? He's actually in the government. He put him in the government. So when they're talking about like this TikTok stuff, right? When it came out for a little bit, America turned crazy, right? I said this in the earlier pod. America turned crazy. The fight now, I'm gonna hit this because a lot of people don't know this to add to the TikTok story. I don't know if you heard about this whole TikTok, why America doesn't want why Biden didn't want it, because he blamed that TikTok using TikTok app was spying on American citizens, and 170 million Americans are TikTok
Yeah,
users.
being like spied on by like China. So
China.
once
That's
they
what they
got the
accuse him.
server, What happened was is that they wanted to get the main service to being in America for all the
Yes.
American accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, so they want them to sell out their company. It's like they're extorting them, the Chinese owner who's linked with China. So they're saying, yo,
Yeah,
if you
because
don't
they
sell it,
want now because they want the information on
yeah,
the American people to screw up shit. They don't want
yes.
no outsider government having that information,
So
bruh.
yeah, America's saying if you don't sell it, we're gonna shut you down. So even though they brought it back on, they're gonna shut it down if they don't give it up to them.
Well,
It's like
that's what it is because
they're
they
squeezing
got
them.
them now to bring it over. So it's right now the whole entire infrastructure is slowly being brought over.
Yeah. So but they have to give up fully, and
Yeah.
who wants it is Elon Musk because he already has Twitter. So the gangster business, though you see, yo, these guys doing gangster business in front of us. Trump becomes president, yo, I hook up my boy. I force that Chinese guy to kind of have to, if he could give it up to us, the American government will control your social media, which is TikTok, because like it or not, Elon Musk is in the government now. Like he's actually
Yeah.
appointed a position. So when people look up info, they just look on this guy Elon Musk. Oh, he's just this rich billionaire. No, not anymore. He's friends with Trump. Look on the relationship. You're always seeing him associating
Did you
himself.
hear about what Elon Musk is doing with Tesla on the same time that Donald Trump is going to be trying to like raise up the what is it, the percentage on the tariffs?
Yeah,
That
what
at the
he's doing?
same time that he's doing that on February 1st, Donald Trump, in regards to putting the 25% tariff hike
Mm,
on Canadians and in Mexico, that Tesla now is going to be raising up the price on their cheapest model car up
I heard that. Yeah, I heard
$9,000.
about that.
$9,000 for the cheapest one. I
Yeah,
thought that you guys were really trying to like bring out the new wave of like these fucking gay ass vehicles to drive around nowadays, yo.
but he's doing that because of the power. He's in the
Yeah, it's a power trip right now.
he's in the
All of
government.
this right stuff right now, if you're looking at it right now, is what we both like what you said. Donald Trump is a businessman. All of this is all business tactics right now.
Yeah,
Bully business tactics.
that's what he's doing. That's what people. I understand him. Bully.
I understand him completely
he's
because I understand how businesses run, and I'm also from the streets where we understand like, yo, sometimes there's a bully tactics that have to be done to getting shit done,
yeah, and that's what he's doing. He's doing this
and
bully
that's what he's
tactic.
playing.
And you see, like with Elon Musk wants to create what's called AI or robot army or whatever drone army. No human in the really in the army, just operators or maybe the most.
Bruh, what this man is doing is literally trying to replace the human race with robots. He's not a person. Like you can look at these individuals. These guys do not really interact with people well. These are not humanitarians at all in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Same way with Donald Trump. Because you know what it is? In every business, the biggest expense is employees.
Mm,
So what's the one way now to get business done? Let's have robots so we don't need these damn humans to be paying them for that.
yeah, it's true. Right. The more you have these robots, but like what I'm feeling they're doing with Elon Musk is to bring into that wave even more, like the American government, like what we're saying, the smart cities. He's gonna, you see, like England, what we hear, they have cameras everywhere. Like make him like perfect that real new world. It's the new world order. It's always been around for a while, but I
It's
mean, it's
been
really
going on
intact.
from time.
But now it's really like it's in another, what do you say, another level now in our time going now. It's
It's
like in your
definitely
face,
more in a higher level and
in
more.
your face. They're telling you
Yeah,
more than ever. They don't care what, like it's like brute force.
because remember they were practicing a lot of this stuff in other countries before they wanted to actually boldly do it over here.
Yes, and now it's bold in your face. You have
Now it's boldly being done over
look who
here.
you
So
got in
there, it's
charge.
no mercy, man.
You have an actor, right, with who has a big ego, a businessman, actor, politician, and now he's with another. He's with another man. I call him the mad scientist, Elon Musk, a billionaire, multi-world billionaire, what the richest man. I think they call him now like this. Either he's one of the richest man, and in America with technology, with the president. How that sound? The top man with the technology or the money is with another billionaire, the president, who's a
Remember now also too, Donald Trump just signed an executive order about America being the leading country now in regards to like the digital world.
see, and he got
Okay.
who he got, and when he's talking about this Mars, so-called Mars thing, he's bringing up Elon Musk because that's what you remember
Yo,
we talked about on the pod, Project Mars. It's
as
funny,
much as and don't get me wrong right now, but there are a lot equal amount of Americans who are not happy about what's going on right now. What
yes,
you need to see on the trend right now is that there's a lot of Americans who are putting up a black, all black American flag,
hmm
saying, marking now that this is the end of America with
yes,
Trump being president.
he's the last president. There's a book out like that. Yo, Rose was showing me. There's actually a book saying the last president and something with Trump on there. And I got to look into it more. We had it on the pod. We are talking briefly about it, right? And it says the Trump Barron, I think, and his son is named Barron, the youngest one.
For me, brother, personally, I'm looking at the perspective about all of this stuff. I'm like, Trump had to agree with a lot of these people for him to become president again.
Yes, yes, yes,
He had to agree in regards to certain things to allowing it to continue to go on, or you're not going to get the presidency that you're looking for, bro.
yes. But
Because
even with,
remember, they pushed him out as fast as they could during COVID.
yeah, but they put him there. What I'm trying to say, like, when we're talking about
Yeah,
the
he's been
votes,
placed back in there.
it has to, it's like they know he's going to come back there, but we have to take you up for now. It's like feelings. They put in Biden.
That's why the two assassination attempts definitely pushed it over the level for him to actually like truly win the poll elections. I literally told everybody that. I go, watch. After the first assassination attempt, I go, he's already got presidency right now, just from that.
Yeah. Holy, it's got two
And look how many
assassination
people took
attempts.
that shit and rode with it, saying like, yeah, look at that. You tried to get Trump and you couldn't get him. And they rode that literally throughout this man's presidential campaign.
That's true. That's true. See something. Yeah, there you see there. Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on right now, man. A lot of things going on.
A lot of crazy stuff still going on
Trump
out
is the
here, brother.
biggest. Trump is one of the biggest news. I have to admit that. I know a
Well,
lot.
because they want the media coverage to being on,
Mm,
the whole entire presidential election. They don't really want it to be shining on anything else right now.
mm,
Remember, America is the whole entire attention whore.
mm. You're right. You're right. That's what's going on.
When you really look at it out here in regards to like the game of like attention, America wants to be the attention whore.
Yep. Yep. And that's why everybody knows
We're
what's going
doing
on.
it the American way. That's the whole entire ideology that they put out through media. We're not wrong. The American way is the right way.
Yep. That's how it goes. One world order, though. That's what that's what's building
Thank
up.
you.
One
There you
world
go.
order. So like all this tariffs and stuff is just like a extortion for the world. It's it's America extorting the world.
America's been extorting out the world and extorting out their own shit from day one, bro. And Canada follows up the same way too, but then tries to act like they're not American. But that's the whole joke now about like this whole 51st state, about Canada being the 51st state. Honestly, in my opinion, brother, being out here in Canada, we already are.
Yes, you're right. We already. That's
We
why we.
already are.
Yep. The 51st state.
When you really look at the way how a lot of Canadians' lifestyle is based upon, we're comparing ourselves to Americans more so than even within our own.
Yep. Facts. Facts.
What? Well, okay. We're gonna keep on celebrating our own like one few identities about being Canadian. Oh yeah, hockey. Oh yeah, maple syrup. Oh yeah, a man that invented basketball.
We have
Like
nothing. We identify with American culture, man.
we
Straight up.
identify with the American culture more so than anything Canadian. Most of your TV shows that you're watching, what's the influence? American.
American. Yeah.
Most of your music, even if it is in our own Canadian background,
It's
the hip
American.
hop, you're American. You know
So
what I mean?
the people here who think otherwise, they're in an illusion, right? That's why the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing got so big because people thought just because Drake is so big that nobody else, right, could
Hmm.
like match his energy or something. But Kendrick Lamar is from America. He's a born American, right? I know Drake
And
probably
Americans are gonna jump on that side first.
yes, no matter what. And that's what I've been seeing. I know a lot of people like Drake. A lot of people like
Listen, let me
Drake.
tell you something. It's
But
like it's like a family situation. You know, you ever seen it where it's like two brothers are arguing against one another,
mm,
and people now try to come in between the two brothers.
yeah,
But what happens is that the two brothers beat up on the people that are trying to come in between them.
mm,
That's how patriotic Americans are.
yeah, yeah, right, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. It's true.
Canada doesn't operate that way.
It's true.
That's where there is a difference right there. Okay? So if people want to talk about it right there in regards to that, that's how it is. The
Yeah,
patriotic way about things, Americans are definitely in the forefront about it.
yeah,
Canadians,
mm,
there's only a few. Truly and honestly, brother, there's only a few.
yeah, yeah,
And it's the same thing about like this whole entire street stuff or the street beef in regards to whatever it's going to be with Kendrick or Drake or and all this stuff. As I tell people, like, listen, man, yeah, we got some real dudes out here in Toronto and Canada and all that stuff that
but it's
ain't
nothing.
playing the same way as Americans do. But
Mm,
there's a hell of a lot more Americans that don't play than
yeah,
there are in the numbers of Canadians.
yeah, yeah. Facts. We know the reality, man. Some people are just, they wanna be. Sorry to say, it's a wannabe
Yeah,
type.
it's a total wannabe type of like stature that they're after out here.
And the way we talk, they're gonna say, "Oh, you guys don't like where your city, where you come from." But you were being realistic. It's not that you don't like where you're from. When you're trying to play off like you're on some high shit, right? And you're not on a certain level, I'm not gonna respect you, especially if you're trying to play,
And
right?
right there. When we're now talking about if you're not on a certain level, think about that right now out here in Canada. What type of level are we trying to look at with people to being at an American level?
Mm,
Because even if somebody's successfully out here at a Canadian level, we're looking at them like, bruh, that ain't nothing.
yeah, yeah, you're right.
Think about it right now in our Canadian music sale industry.
Mm,
We got good Canadian artists out here that have actually done like, gold albums.
mm,
And we're looking at them like, bruh, you're not budging nothing, man. Like gold, come on, man.
mm, mm,
You know what I mean? We don't really celebrate our like people out here in Canada the way how Americans do. And that's why I say like Americans are definitely more patriotic and grassroots in regards to supporting one another than we do out here in Canada.
yeah. They even give more support as much as we want to play like Canada supporting Drake. Americans probably support Drake more than Canada.
Of course they did. That's why Canada jumped on it afterwards.
Yes. See, no one's saying that what we're saying right now.
All right. You ever heard about this is a true saying right now. Your true people will never truly support you
Hmm.
until they see that it's popular to support you too.
Yes.
So until
Facts.
you reach a status where other people are seeing you and looking at you as like being a popular figure
Hmm.
and all that, that's when your people will start like supporting you. and start coming up to you and saying like, man, I always believed in you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Always believed in you. And I'm gonna be
True.
like, so how come you never really supported it? Now I'm just seeing your face out here right now.
It's a lot of people are, especially I know that's the culture probably in Toronto. I know that anybody who probably is like, seen with somebody who they feel is very influential, right? And
Yeah. People
remember on,
gravitate to influencers. Yeah.
I could imagine the energy how people will be going in your DMs because it's gonna happen. It's funny. I'm not to be boastful, but it's like it's gonna happen one day that we at down to earth interview someone like Kanye West. Just say I'm just putting the energy out there. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, everybody who you never heard in a long time in your own city is
Is
calling
gonna
you.
start bigging you up.
Ah,
Yeah, like,
okay.
yo, man, I know those guys from
Yeah.
time, brother.
Yes.
Yo,
Exactly.
those guys are like my boys,
Yes.
star and everything.
Yes.
And yet still that person doesn't even have a picture with us, much less even our phone numbers within the
Yes.
past years or 2 years. Some of these people will start saying all of that shit and they haven't even spoken to us in all 15 years, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's what's That's how the scene is when we say
That's how
super.
the scene runs. And like honestly, I can't fuck with none of those type of individuals, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll honestly tell you, I saw the same game being played out like during like the whole entire like freedom movement out here,
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of like the people that were speaking out that were influential in regards to like seeing something being done out here, you had people that were like leeches onto them, Aya,
Mm-hmm.
vampires, and they had no heart to seeing these people, like seeing the good for these people for the sacrifice that they're making,
Mm-hmm.
because all you guys want to do is just hop on to somebody that's like an influencer so that the rest of the world can see you too.
Yeah.
And I have to honestly tell you, brother, when I saw that, I had to break myself away from some of these people that were like strong influencers.
Yeah.
Even some of them that brought me up into the damn freaking speaking out at the freedom rallies and all that. I had to
Yeah.
remove myself from them because I'm no leech.
Yeah.
I'm my own man.
Yeah.
I can stand on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm trying to present to people. But you got a lot of, like, as what they say, followers.
Yeah.
And that's now how it's being done now with social media, how you're being judged, how many followers you got
Yeah. How much views you got and shit
on,
like
on
that.
YouTube. How many
Yeah.
views does this person have to, like, try to say, like, okay, now we can validate this person for some
Yeah.
reason?
You
Like,
gotta have this much views, that much views. But listen, everybody has their different strategy how they do shit, right?
exactly.
Now,
Like, for me,
you
yeah,
see, okay, for example, us on YouTube, right? So that's one view. But I, from the beginning doing this pod, made sure it's on all types of platforms. So I
yeah,
don't know the views what I'm getting on Apple listeners. I don't know the views what I'm getting on what we're getting on iHeart. You get what I mean? Like the
yeah,
Spotify, everybody counts everything digital by just Spotify, but it's on all types of platforms down to earth. It's on Audio Mac. It's on other shit I don't even know. So people
yeah.
listen on their Android if it's on their iPhone to us, and we don't know. So the message, what I'm trying to say, the message gets out there no matter what. I'm using
And
it.
that's what it is for me. So I never really cared about the numbers about followers. Like,
Yes, I don't
I'm
know who.
kind of actually happy that my old Instagram account got shut down in regards to their bullshit of censorship when I was about like at 4 or 5 thousand,
Yeah,
and now I'm just only at 1,000. But what
but
I
it
love
makes.
about my
Yeah, go ahead.
followers that are the 1,000 that are there,
Yes,
they're actually real people.
yes, that's what makes it more because they're looking for the people who are really genuine into you,
Those are like
coming
genuine,
back.
true, like people. I'm not having no bots. I'm not paying to have followers to make my numbers look good for people to want to actually like follow me and all that. If you don't want to follow me, you don't have to follow me because I don't follow people that I'm not interested in
Yeah.
or I don't have a genuine respect for.
Mm.
Because if I'm following you, I'm going to like your stuff. I may not like all of this stuff because not everything I'm going to agree with.
Yeah,
Like, there's enough people that are following me, but they're totally Trump people
yeah,
in regards to like speaking up for freedom.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm looking at them like, hey, that's your choice. You know what I mean? Like, but that's not my way of looking at it. I'll just tell you that,
Mm.
but I'll leave you to it.
Facts, yo. But yeah, man, we went through it tonight, man, on the Down to Earth podcast, Down to Earth Network. Um,
Yep.
we're gonna be doing more of these, whenever we're all
Well,
available.
what's the next thing? I was just gonna ask you, what's the big thing that's being talked about in the hip hop scene right now that we can do a little like
Hip
discussion
hop.
on then? Yeah.
You know what's bad? Because of
What?
all this friggin', I'll be straight up, all this Drake shit
Yeah.
is still going on because he's bringing it out like a soap opera. Like he's now actually bringing this to court. This whole defamation of character of he's still dragging the Kendrick thing. He's making the Kendrick thing haunt him so much that he's doing all this whole court
You
battles
know what he's
with
also
the
doing though
industry.
too? He's actually destroying the traditional culture
Yes,
of battle rap.
of hip hop.
Literally,
Yeah,
he's destroying it, yo.
yeah. By making people keep talking about a man who,
Like,
okay,
why do you want to go into a court lawsuit? Like, bro, just do your music, man.
yeah,
Like, just do your music for the gal them.
yeah. You
Like,
go, we're going
go
to
back,
court.
get a single done, get a reggae tune single done with Popcorn again or something, or like something with Vibes
Yeah,
Cartel
yeah.
for the gal them and everything, and just keep to your lane.
But court
There's
is bringing
like,
him
just
in.
accept it, yo. Just stay in your lane of what you do music wise. Everybody else in regards to a rap battle, and this is just me speaking out truthfully
No,
about it.
yeah.
Every artist that we know that lost in their rap battle, you know what they've done? They just stayed in their lane doing their music
Yes,
though.
yes.
No, we got the guy now that came out from Canada, the Jew guy, and he now wants to do it as like the Jewish way, but telling people that,
Yeah,
oh, the hip we have to keep this true to the game of hip hop. You're not doing it true to the game of hip hop, bro. When you're having this dragged out and being talked about court lawsuits, like, who are you, bro? Trying to change the rules of the game now?
that's what he's doing. He's actually doing that. And now he's making other people copy him because you know what? All of a sudden, Chris Brown, he's suing Warner for 500 million. And then
Who's trying? Chris Brown suing who?
Warner Brother for defamation of character too. 500 million. You see what Drake
Okay,
started?
Chris.
Yeah,
All right, now
it's
that's the next idiot
it's
move,
a
right?
theme
That's
though. No,
again
no, but
right
I'm
now.
saying, you see what Drake started? He made other people think, wait, Drake could do it. Wait, maybe I could do it too.
All right, now Chris Brown trying to like sue Warner Brothers for defamation of character. That sounds like an ex idiot move, right? That's it. You want to know why? Because Chris Brown, did you just forget that it was your incident with Rihanna that actually like defamated your character, bruh? Not Warner Brothers.
No, he's
Like,
trying to think. He's trying to think because he's seen Drake.
I'm wondering like how much drugs are inside your damn blasted head right now in regards to that. For thinking that Warner Brothers is doing a defamation to your character. Listen, if you never did anything of that with Rihanna, you know how big you be gone right now, big star? No, like honestly, if you really think about it right now,
Mm,
Chris Brown's net worth is just from his music alone.
yeah,
And it's only on his music alone because of the Rihanna situation that he's not getting the sponsorship
yeah.
that he should have gotten, bro.
Should have gotten bigger. Yeah, it's true.
Honestly, if that didn't happen to Chris Brown, and anybody can fight me on this,
Mm.
Chris Brown would have been up as high as Michael
Jackson.
Jackson,
That's what people are
bruh.
saying. That's what some people are saying.
Net
And they were
worth
really.
wise,
Mm,
that kid would have been $1 billion already gone before any damn hip hop artist.
yeah, he was getting. That's what people talk to him, regard him as like And I'm kind of still surprised, compare him to Michael Jackson still, you know?
Think about how this kid is, though. Think about it. The man came up as a kid that can sing and dance and
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
He had one of the most cleanest images
Mm.
coming up as an artist.
You're right. In a while, yeah. Since Michael, yeah.
The other person that was there before him was Usher.
Yeah, you're right. But he screwed up.
If we really want to talk it straight up, brother, and I know you know your music good, let's be real about it. Chris Brown, if that did not really happen with the Rihanna situation, would be the biggest
You're right. That screwed up.
pop star.
Bigger than Drake.
Drake couldn't even touch where Chris Brown. Think about how much gal are still loving off Chris Brown to this day.
It kind
Even
of
big
makes
ass
sense.
woman.
You know what? It kind of makes sense. We have to look on the timeline when Chris Brown was really getting big before the big relationship with him and Rihanna. Where was him and Drake's career?
Thank you.
Just look on that. And if he never got in that situation, it wouldn't be
Thank
talking.
you.
It wouldn't be just one man at the top of the mountain. What I'm basically saying, but it's not Drake's still not really one man at the top of the mountain, really,
No,
because we got Weekend who
the
not.
weekend is doing out numbers than him. But
Yes,
that's where it goes to show you that the R&B artist dudes
yes, you're right.
were the guys that are making them the biggest pop stars. So it was definitely Chris Brown. It was definitely like the Justin Timberlakes
Hmm.
that were making more money than any hip hop guy that was even
Yes,
leading in the business.
that's why
Like
Drake
there was
sings.
Jay-Z could never talk to Justin Timberlake to the numbers that that guy was making, yo.
No,
Are you crazy?
and that's why Drake sings too. That's why he does the singing.
That's why he does the singing, because he saw the money potential, bruh.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a Jew.
But yo, man, this was an episode. I know, like I've said,
All
we're gonna
right.
have some more, man. Live and direct, D2E family, impeccable. Now
You already done know.
we have a donation link where you could donate to the platform to support us. We live stream all the time, and we're gonna probably do some charity work too in the future. You could
You
donate
already done
down to
know.
earth.
I do all that stuff. I just don't let nobody know my business of the charity stuff.
But yeah, man, no, the charity's for our network, man. You gotta support us, all you people. Soon we're gonna read your If you have any
Mm-hmm.
questions, yo, you gotta pay a $2, $3, and then we'll read it out and respond to you. You get what I mean? That's how
All
we're
right.
gonna
That's
do
a
it.
bless up thing, though, still. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. So what? We're signing off then? I guess so. Thank you to everybody. You already done know. It's the Down to Earth Network here. The impenetrable Rexdale Rasta. Yep, I speak out. I have my own clothing brand that y'all can find me on Instagram, Impenetrable Apparel. And if you are looking for me to be speaking out about more about all of this politics stuff or all the foolishness, because the next topic I'm gonna get at, bro, when we come back on here,
Mm.
oh, I'm calling out the Toronto police for their foolishness right now, bro.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff
Oh
going on.
man. I'm wondering why our tax dollars and these Toronto police are not actually solving real crimes out here, but we'll save that for next time. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yo.
All right.
Bless up, man. Down
Bless.
to Earth Network, Down to Earth podcast with your host Sean Myrie. Bless up.
All right. What?